Wonderful night to go outside and get some more footage of the moon, and that's exactly what I did. Even though I had got footage last night, it's not every night that you do get good viewing for this moon, you all. It isn't. And that's what I did. I got some footage of the moon, and I'm going to put this moon in the slow mode so that we can get a better look of it. I took 3 short videos with my Gina, honey. What you got? I got something right here, you all. I took it. Hello there, Apple Brooks, honey, with my my Nikon P900 Coolpix. I took it with that picture with these with this camera is what I did. So, oops, can you hear me, Apple Brooks, honey? Christine Mott, I see that you actually maybe got a notification, is what I see. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I want to go right over here to the moon. Just 1 second. I'm going to show you the pictures that I had got. I'm going to show you how they look on here. So I've got probably, I just want to show you these ones right here. This is what I tried to zoom up on. So it's around 2100 is the times. Oopsie, you all. Gina, honey, you got to put it on the screen. So this is what the moon looks like. If you can't zoom in on it, look at 2100 hours tonight, and look at these objects up there. That's what it looked like. But then this is what we're going to look at right there. We're going to look at the moon on here. So I want to thank you all for joining. I really do. King Ahuka Mundo and Apple Brooks, you all got it going on. Yes, you do. And it's great. It's wonderful. Wow, Lori, you got a notification, and Jill, you got a notification too. I think that's wonderful. That's great. I'm going to give Google a thumbs up for giving you all a notification. I think that's wonderful. I really do. I'm not just saying that either. So I've put all these videos in this right here, but I've slowed this one down because this is a good capture of the moon right here. And wait a minute, you all. I don't know if it's got... oh, that's how I push out I'm going to bring the noise down right here so you all can see it. But it looks really cool. We're going to watch it because it's really, the moon is pretty to look at. It is. So we're looking at it in slow mode. Well, Gina, you all, I jerked the camera. I jerked the camera trying to position it in the sky. But I think I got it going on right now. Okay, we are good. We're good, you all. Yes, we are. We're good. We're going to watch this moon in slow mode. Actually, but it's... See, look how it gets blurry. See, this is my camera is on the tripod, so I wanted to slow it down, because if you slow it down, you can see if anything's going on. See, look at that. It's fading in and out. I'm not sure how often it does that. If you're all just tuning in, I'm not sure how often it does it. I want to try to make this, well, I wanted to make it a great big moon, but I guess it don't get any bigger than this in the video editor, but that's okay. Wow, Susan, honey, you got your notifications. That's really wonderful. It is. So let's see what it looks like in the slow mode. See if we see anything out of the ordinary. It's very, very cold outside, and I heard that some areas of the United States are going to get some freezing weather. That's what I heard. At peace? No, it's not made of cheese. It really isn't. It just looks, I think I only got it slowed down to like half of the speed. Because this only took maybe at the most, maybe a 3-minute video. But this one right here I think might have been just like a little short minute video if you're all just tuning in. Now, if I could load that up on here, I would, but that's okay. It looks fine just like this if you're all just tuning in. What I really wonder about at times is this area, how it kind of looks like there's like a shape up there. It may not be. Hello there in the UK. Hmm. Good evening if you're all just tuning in. Good evening. Is this moon going too slow for you all? Because I can put it at a normal mode, and then that would make the total videos only like 4 minutes, if even that. Hello there, Maria Teresa from the Philippines. Spaceport City, Las Vegas. Wow, Christina. Jewish Samaritan in Michigan. We got Michigan in the house. The moon is hollow. What if it is hollow? You know what I thought one time about this moon? This is a different thought I had when looking at it so close up. I thought that the shadowing on there is just like a fine, I don't know how to describe it, a fine smoke screen or something that can like rearrange itself or something, like it wasn't kind of real. Yes, you are. Honolulu. Jill Nichols in Hawaii. Well, I thought about that too, if it was like a hologram. I really did. Because sometimes you don't know when you're looking at it. And I'm having a difficult time getting it to even get the darkness on this moon with it being so bright. And it's really strange. It's like the further it goes toward the west, the brighter the left-hand side of the moon gets. Austin, Texas. Yeah, it's nice that you all say where you're coming from. That is. We could have had some music on this, but I didn't put any. But it's okay. I'd like to see a great big winged being fly across that moon. I really would. Great big one. Because I think that would look pretty neat. You know, sometimes when you look at this area, it's like a greenish like tint. Now, I didn't do anything to this moon. Okay, I didn't edit it or nothing. This is the footage. Only thing I've done was slow it down. Looks like I'm getting ready to stop that filming. That's why the moon is moving. I'm getting ready to push that button and do something. Oh, I was trying to zoom up on the moon, is what I was trying to do. Yes, you all, please give this video a thumbs up. We're watching this moon. It's a rather familiar object found in the sky all around the world. It's a common object. Yeah, it looks really wavy, is what it looks like. I do have another video on here that has, I think I'm showing it close up. Hello there in Australia, Oregon Ami. You was born in Washington State. Yeah, thank you all for joining. Have you noticed if you've zoomed up on the moon at times and you know you got a good camera to zoom up, at times when you want to, somehow the camera for some reason automatically blurs it out when you want to zoom up in a certain spot just to look or take a picture. It will blur you out for some reason. It's like the technology don't want you to do it. You know, looking at these things, like down here, they do look like they have like a smoky-like appearance. They really do. It looks like something is on the moon, and it literally, well, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I think it's those beings. I think it's the beings that are up in the sky. This is my other theory. And they have the ability to bring out this cloaking technology, smoke like vapor stuff, from their orifices, and they create a lot of this right here, the circled areas, because it doesn't look normal, you all. If you look at it, does that look like a normal appearance for the moon? It really does. Like a fog on the moon is what it looks like to me. Have you all thought that before when you looked close up at the moon like this, that it's like some type of a fog-like substance that is literally cloaking the surface of the moon? Yeah, we've heard that there are bases on the moon. See, it's when it does things like this that it looks like it's some type of a cloaking technology, because it gets all fuzzy looking. That's why I think this, at times, look at that, it doesn't look normal. And this camera was setting still. See these areas right here? It's like it's suspended in air. Okay, I think I'm getting ready to go out of this one. Yeah, the moon looks kind of hollow at times. If you could go inside it. I really don't want to put the cursor on here in case somebody wants to study that video. Whoopsie. Let me put this to me because I want to slow that video down. Which one is it? I'm just going to slow that video down. It's this one right here. If you've got Windows, slow it down just maybe a half to see it a little bit better, to see what happens if I do that. It made it into 5 minutes. It's a little bit longer. You can get longer footage of the moon. Oh, bang, bang, mucka bang. They don't do you right. They don't. Well, if I mute the sound, would you like the sound muted? Yeah, I can mute it. When I slowed it down, I can mute it. Yeah, that space noise. It's outside. My camera picked up the volume of outdoors. I can mute it so it doesn't. Yeah, we will turn this screen down right here and mute it so you don't have to hear it, because I don't want nobody getting all scared. I don't want you getting scared. I really don't. You're trying to watch the moon and it's making some kind of strange noise, and then you're going to say, yeah, that moon is strange. There is something wrong with that moon. Oh, what happened, you all? I was supposed to be watching this part right here. Right here. Yeah. Well, it did, and when I heard that, I thought, you know what? What if that's the only time you can really hear things in the background, is if you slow down the volume. But then you can pick up a lot of sounds that you normally wouldn't pick up, just like when you slow down video footage. You can see things that you normally wouldn't see if the footage was sped up. Yeah, shut 'em down radio. Oh, that has a nice ring. Shut 'em down radio. Yeah. The stars are in the sky, but I decided I was going to zoom up on the moon because we rarely get to see the moon anymore. It doesn't like to come out and make an appearance at times. It really doesn't. Just think, there's people who know what all these circles and spots. See, don't they look like the shapes of stars and stuff, that like 6-sided or 8-sided thing? There's people who knows what all of these are called, and these are called, and they don't have to have a degree in order to study. Isn't that wonderful? They don't have to have a degree to know about the moon, which I think it's wonderful. Nothing against degrees, but you don't have to go to school just so you can talk about the moon or read about the moon or anything like that. The dark spots match the land masses on Earth. Oh my goodness. Bang, bang, mucka bang. That's exactly right. I did have a comment today on the AI video, and the lady said, before you go talking about AI, you should, I can't remember exactly what it was, should consult someone who has a master's degree in information technology before you start, saying what you say about AI. And I just looked at the comment and I thought, And then I said, really? My husband just so happens to have a master's in computer information technology. But as it is, you are speaking down to me and I forget what I said, speaking down and belittling me. And you show a lack of love and compassion for humanity. I didn't block her or nothing. I thought I can respond also. I can. And it doesn't bother me. Look how that looks blurry over there. And this was just stationary. Yeah. Yeah, that look so cool. Yes, you all, I want to slow that down because I was a little shaky on that one right there. I want to show that down. This is just the normal. That right there is just one picture of the moon right there. It doesn't have a timestamp on it. Yeah, but I want to slow this one down right here if we can. We can come here and make this speed go a tad bit slow to see if we can see anything. Oh, wait, we can watch it for, because it's a close-up of the moon. Yeah. You used to be able to do Unix programming. Well, and then they have Linux, and they have all kinds of programming. If I slow it down even more, maybe... Did you see that thing move from up here, you all? Let me slow this down more. We got to slow this down more because we are looking up close on that moon. And it would look good if we slowed it down a little bit more to see what we could see. Oh, but that's 20. You all, that's... I've got that going way too slow. I've got it at too slow. It's like, let me do just like 12:12. We can do it 12:12. Yeah, so let's look at that because this is really interesting. Let me push it over here and see if we can look at that. Okay, let's see where that started at. Okay, let's do this. Did it start right there? Let me see. I think I zoomed up. So let's just zoom up, you all. Yeah. Okay, this is good right here. Because if we're going to zoom up, we need to be able to see if we can see anything in slow motion with this moon. This spot up here doesn't really look normal. It looks like there is some kind of a cloaking stuff up here on it. And they right up here, they look like they're 3D objects. They don't look like holes in the moon or something like that. Yeah, we're looking at the moon. I've slowed it down to around a 0.1 to see if we can see anything else on this moon. That we otherwise wouldn't see. What if inside those crevices are beings that live on the moon? They could. Yeah, I've seen those colored moon maps. Actually, I did one of the moons like that when the moon was full. If you got a great big TV and you put this like on the YouTube and you put it on your TV, you'll be able to see this big time close up. I think I see lines going across here like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really do. What if there's lights blinking on the moon? Yeah, I don't think there should be those lines up there at the top, but there are. Is this too slow, you all? Because I like to look at it too. You want to vacuum up the rare earth metals? Okay. Dark Messiah, honey, you can do it. You just send them up there right now. You can do it. And you don't need anybody's permission to do it. You just send those drones up there if you got some. Yeah, they look the same depth. I was going to zoom up on it in the daytime, but I had to run an errand. And then by the time I got back, I thought, I'm too tired to zoom it up. Because it would have looked really good. I would have got a good view in the blue of the sky. If I see it tomorrow, I will get it up in the sky when the sky is blue. If the sky is blue tomorrow. To look at those areas to see if anything changes. It would probably look really good in the inverted mode, but I would have to record it in the inverted mode and then bring it over here in this mode right here, you all. Well, I think the moon like spins around in the sky at times. It does. It like rotates in the sky. If you're just tuning in, the moon was, I did this a lot faster, and it would have been like a minute and something on here, but I had slowed it down to see if we could see anything in those craters since I zoomed up. The moon can spin on a constant. I tipped over my microphone is what I did. And I don't know what I did here. I think I messed it up, you all. That's what I did. I messed it up. So, and since I messed it up, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to play it at the 6.6 speed since I messed it up, so we can get back to it. Whew! That caused me to have a hot flash. I was staring at the comments. That's what I was doing. Staring at the comments. Because I don't think I don't want to have it going that low or that slow. Yeah. You know, in order to zoom up really, really close on this moon, they do make those massive, massive telescopes that set on the ground. and you can't really move them. If I had an area around here to do that, that I could leave it and in a protected area, I might would have done that. Yes, bang bang maka bang. We want to see a ship fly by is what we want to see. Zoom it by right now. That's what we want to see. It's not really active. There's nothing going on right now on that moon for some strange reason. Well, and if it goes at this type of even if I play at a normal speed, when you get on the YouTube, you can slow this section of the video down if I played it at a normal speed. I've not heard of Hypercube, my Surreamore, Amore. I haven't really heard of that. Abe Adamov, love you too. $100. Oh, has put 100. You saw one and you took some pictures. I bet it's code where a lot of people are. Because it just seems so unusually cold. Oh my goodness, you are. I'm getting a little tired. But that's okay. I'm drinking me some sleepy time tea, and it's going to make me even more tired. So I will rest. I don't know what I'm doing with this thing right here. I really don't. What's the Death Star? This is the Death Star? Molava? See, this is not that clear of a picture of this moon right here. It's like sometimes you can get a clear picture and then sometimes you just can't get a clear picture or video footage of it for a very strange reason because it doesn't really... Oh, okay. That's fine. That is fine and dandy, you all. Oh my gosh. This ain't had nothing done to it, you all. I just want to film the moon. I love you too, Sky Metal. I want you to know that whenever these big four-wheel drive trucks go down the road, it echoes throughout the woods where I'm at. Everything echoes. Moonfall. Oh, wow. Now sometimes this right here on the moon is a lot darker, which is strange. We're almost at the end of this. This only has like 30 seconds left. Isn't that something? At the end of this footage right here, and I think that's the end of the moon video. It's ticking fast. The clock is ticking. Somebody wants me to adopt them. Adoption costs lots of money. It shouldn't, but it does. Boom, that was the end of that moon, you all. That was the end of that moon, and it's I really think that the dark area, like over here, I'm going to make it big, you all. I'm going to put me over here. Well, I'm going to leave me right here. I really think that the dark areas on this moon, yeah, I'm just going to put me over here. Just like I'm use Peekaboo, I see you. Yeah, I'm going to put me over here. That way I don't move myself all the way off the thing. I'll make this bigger because we can look at these craters like that. See how it's like a thicker darkness right there? And it's like gathered around these edges is what it looks like. We can make it even bigger. You know, people could probably work some good pictures off of this. This right here is not even a complete... What makes the dark areas on the moon? That would be very interesting. What makes these dark areas on the moon? Because what if it's beings on there and they are got this stuff coming out of their orifices, like openings on them? Yeah, like it has like some type of an atmosphere or something. It really does. Now, if I were to take this moon and put a chroma key on it. I got a chroma key. Let me see what happens. See, if we darken this moon down, you all, I've got a window open and I'm changing that to see if we can see anything else. You know, that is kind of really dark looking. Let me shrink it down a little bit more. Look how dark it looks. Like that. If I were to darken it down a little bit more and or brighten it a little more. And not like that, y'all, but just see if there was anything else that we could see on here. That's too dark. It really is too dark. Looks like there's lines right here. Look at that, like a line right here on the moon. I'm sure people know how to work these really well. If we were to, what if that's a light? Let me shrink this down back to how it was so you can see what it looks like that. See, it's really telling the darker areas on this moon all around this side. In the center, the darker patches. Let me get myself out of the way. Like right here. The darker patches on the moon. Shrink it down and get the whole one on here. Just like there you go. Right like that. Why does the moon have so many craters and why doesn't the Earth have that many? I don't study the moon. I just think that's a really good image right there of it, and it looks really interesting. It really does. You know, and if I were to do another filter on here and do like a sharpen key, I wonder what happens if I try to sharpen the moon. I've sharpened the moon to see if we can see anything else. Does it look any different to you all? I sharpened it. Is what I did. I made it look sharper. Looks a tad bit different. Just a little bit different. I don't rightly like the sharpened image that much. Wonder if there's any color key on here. What would the color key do, you all? I just try to see what happens. That doesn't do anything. That really doesn't do anything either. Just makes it really scary looking. It does. It makes it scary looking. If you make it darker, it makes it scary. Like it really... that's what it gets. I'm going to get that key off of there, y'all. I don't want it on there. Let me put you over here. Let's shrink you down. Yeah, I'm going to put myself back on here for a moment. I will. And we won't have to be on here too long. And see, I just put myself back on here. Right next to this moon. I don't think I like it looking like that. Yeah. So that was the moon that I took tonight in the sky with my my Nikon camera. It's a P900 is what it is, on a tripod, and it's really hard at times. If you've tried to zoom up on that moon, the brightness of it is it's so bright, and you can't really get an image, a really crisp image of it. You're gonna watch the dancing video. It's happy music. All of a sudden I thought I'm gonna dance. That's how it happened, just like that. I was trying to do a video on the stars, and there was some music that I heard that I had on it, and I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna dance to that music because it was a happy music, and that's what I did. So I am gonna go, and I want to thank you all for coming on here, and thank you, moderators, for being on here. The world is turned upside down, but we got to have some normality in this world. We still got to live our lives, and just keep pressing on. We got to maintain some form of normality, even though you may not feel normal at times. That's okay. We got some normality here with this moon in the sky, and it may not be all that we think it is, but it's a familiar piece of art in the sky above, really. Place there in the sky above. Zoom up on that moon. Gina, honey, already zoomed up on that moon is what I did. I'm going to shrink me down. I got to shrink me down like this. I zoomed up. I re-zoomed up already before on this moon, just like this. And wait a minute. Let me see something. I'm trying to see if I can see like buildings right there. I am trying to. Do you see anything different? Yes. I don't really see much of anything. I'll move it up and then I'll pause it. Just like that. Then I'll just have to bring it back down is what I'll do. I'll bring it back down. And this is going to make me sleepy. Playing with that moon will make me sleepy, you all. It really will. Okay, I am going to go. I'm going to go, you all. I've made up my mind. Gina Honey is going to end this video. And so with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you so much for coming on here. It's really interesting. It's neat to watch the moon, since we rarely ever get to see it in the sky anymore. And if you live somewhere where you ain't seen the moon for weeks, now you get to see some of the moon. Yeah. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you, moderators, for everything. Love you.